Just saw someone's post that said, you're missing someone who knows where you're at and how to contact you.
I can never win. Now they want to put me in anger management because I told my therapist to shut the up and let me talk. Because they keep saying, I'm sorry you went through that. Help me fix it. I don't want to feel this way. What the you mean you saw?
I turned 32 and I'm single, and I feel like I'm at this point in my life where if a man isn't adding some sort of value to my life, or if he's just going to disrupt my peace, like honestly, I don't want it.
My worth isn't determined by a man saying that I'm worthy.
Yes,
Correct.
it is.
Hey everyone, what's up? Today's video from Alpha Central is wild. It's about a 50-year-old woman who leaves her husband after 30 years of marriage and regrets it right away. I just can't wrap my head around it. Some people throw away decades of marriage on a whim and then immediately regret it. Totally crazy. Let's check it out.
Good morning! Cheers! Do you know how bad I just want to say all the things I want to say so bad? And I cannot because I'm too nice. But holy, it literally makes me so frustrated that I cry. That's why I'm crying.
For some reason, these women think it's smart to film themselves losing it for no reason. Like somehow acting like this is going to help them later.
Is anybody here 30 and up and still single?
I have a 4-year-old.
That's not what I asked.
When you're 39 and you have a 4-year-old, it's not a catch.
Dude, I didn't ask you to unpack everything. What the hell? I'm just like trying to do my, I was just like, it was like a rhetorical question. I didn't actually care. You see what happened there, right? I asked a very simple question and she got insecure and she's like, oh, I don't know, I'm single, I'm 30 and I'm not a catch.
Matt, the comedian, asked a simple yes or no question, but she turned it into a chance to complain about her whole life. She clearly missed the memo that the world doesn't revolve around her.
What is something you regret not saying to someone?
Sorry I cheated on you? I did, and it didn't feel good, and I wouldn't do it again. I really hurt his feelings, and it was super selfish.
If you can go back in time, what would you have said?
I just wouldn't have done it, because I didn't end up with that person. I wouldn't have stayed with the other person either. I just would have done it the right way. I call that other person my getaway car. I could have just gotten away by like my 2 feet.
Imagine opening up to a woman you trusted, only to realize you were just her escape, someone she used because she didn't want to be alone. And then to show how much you mean, she cheats on you.
Why do you think you did it?
I didn't have the courage and the fortitude that I have now, and I didn't know myself that well, and I was scared. I thought there was something better out there, and I wasn't ready to leap until I had the other thing, the getaway car.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned?
You have to do the work in therapy. You have to understand what, things are your triggers and what upsets you so that you can then not hurt other people.
From your experience, if you could give an advice, what would it be?
Your journey is important, and so I can't really tell you what to do, but do the work because it helps, and then you hurt less people because hurt people hurt people.
Can I have your name and where you're from?
Whitney, New York.
Most of the time, when these women get caught cheating, it's not about feeling sorry for hurting the guy. It's about getting caught. That's why cheaters can't be trusted. You never know when it'll happen again, and it usually does.
I love Chucky.
You have mental issues.
You a streamer?
No, but you scare me. You're a child.
You are a streamer.
And you have a clown mask. What's wrong with you?
Are you
parents around?
You just look Ain't no way a girl has that flat of
1, don't look at me. 2, you're a child.
3, you got more of a masculine voice than I do.
4, you're a...
And 5, you got bushier eyebrows than mine. You just pick out a row of caterpillars every day and just slip that on. God diggity damn, it's like a Sharpie. The highlights are not doing you any good. You look like an old lady because the hair in the back looks like it's going gray.
It's all blonde. What are you yapping about?
And you're using Gen Z terminology.
And you're using Gen Z slang. This is one of those things streamers just don't get. You shouldn't try to roast someone on a stream unless you're really good at it. Clearly she wasn't. That's why this kid kept shutting her down.
I know my worth and I make a lot of money and I'm pretty.
No, not at all.
Being pretty don't even ensure that you will get a ring. Men don't marry looks. We have looks. Men marry behavior. Your behavior determines whether you get the ring or not the looks. Halle Berry is beautiful. Kim Kardashian is beautiful to a lot of people. There's a slew of women that have the money and the fame, but they cannot keep. We marry behavior. So if you are not even proficient at the things that are intrinsically important to a man, you can't be high value, because your money ain't intrinsically important to us. You being soft is. You anticipating what we need and providing that without us having to prompt you or ask you, that's important. Not knowing your worth.
Modern women have it all backwards. They don't decide their own value. Men do. And men aren't going to change their lives just for a pretty face. If they get upset about that, it just shows they really have nothing to offer.
I got a lot of personalities. That's why people think they can figure me out. You can't figure me out. I got split personality disorder. Of course you're not going to feel like I'm this way and I'm not that way and I'm this way and I'm not that way. I just got to be in a certain setting. Y'all call it code switching? Why do you think I can play a role so well? Why do you think I can play a role so well? I got split personality disorder. That's why, like, if y'all watch me for long enough, you will see that I go through several moods in my stream, and I'm like that in person. Like, I could be hee-hee-ha and out of the blue. I'm like, I just got mad. And most be like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know.
Women like this don't actually go to doctors for the problems they claim. They just assume that being moody and easily triggered means they have some rare disorder. Most of the time, they don't. They're just annoying.
I just got mad. I don't know why I'm mad. I'm mad. I have to be mad. And then people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, that's just, I'm diagnosed with all that. But that's because I used to be crying and I start laughing, then I'll be like, nah, I'm cool. Like, when I went to therapy, like, I went through all my emotions while I was in there. But that's just what I do, you feel me? Like, I cry and then I start laughing. And I'll be like, yeah, this is stupid.
It's wild how mental health issues have turned into a badge of honor. Some people just want a diagnosis so they can show it off. Totally ridiculous.
Realistic. How much income will your future husband make?
For one thing, I don't want to get married, just for the record. I mean, I want kids, no, but I'm not saying that, like, I necessarily have to be married to have kids.
You just want to be an incubator?
Because I don't think that necessarily I'm going to be madly in love with the person that I decide to have kids with. I think that's
holy, that's a scarlet letter.
I'm just not somebody that's, like, deeply emotional. I can't envision myself, like, falling in love with a guy.
There are only a few reasons a woman can't truly fall in love. Most of the time, it's because she has a very high body count and can't form a real emotional connection anymore.
Wanting to spend the rest of my life with him? No.
And if you're not a very emotional person and you're not very, like, lovey-dovey or nurturing or anything like that, why do you think you'd be a good parent?
Well, I'm not like, I don't think that I never a child, but I think that that's a different type of love than, like, a romantic love.
It is a different type of love, but I mean, there's definitely a correlation with, like, if you feel like you're not capable of falling in love and making someone feel loved and, you know, cared for and, like, you care about their needs and everything like that, then I'm not really sure that you can make a child feel like that just because you're their parent.
Not wanting to hurt your child is literally the bare minimum of caring for them. If you can't love or nurture them, it almost guarantees they'll grow up with serious problems.
I don't want to be with my husband anymore. His energy is impacting my energy. I got with my husband out of potential. He had the potential to be a great earner, to be a great father. And you know what? He is a great father, a great provider. He's not a great partner. I am chaotic and wild, and I love that about me. And for the longest time, he anchored me. He held me down. I would be fine doing everything on my own. He just makes things a little easier with childcare and money and money. Maybe he'll change. He won't. And if he does change, it's not at the pace that I am changing. And I am changing so rapidly. I need to fly away. I want this dissolved.
This woman hasn't changed. She's always been selfish and chaotic. She married a man who gave stability and support for her and the kids, but she cares more about having fun than taking care of them. It's that simple.
I feel like I've been going through the stages of grief of my marriage for the past 4 years. I got sober, I got healthy, and I realized if I worked on myself enough, then we would fit better. So much couples counseling, so much individual therapy, so much internal trauma work only made our disconnect stronger.
Modern wives today are way too impulsive. All they do is focus on their complaints. They don't really care about their husbands or kids. Most of the time, it feels like they just want to cause chaos and then cry about it online later.
Severely, he screwed my life up. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date?
They're telling women to be just like men, be as promiscuous as you want, just behave like a man. You know, climb the corporate ladder, get degrees. And now you have women that are in their late 30s and like, I did the corporate ladder, I have the house, I have the Tesla, I've paid off my debt.
This guy is wrong about one thing. Most of these women are drowning in debt. Student loans, credit cards, mortgages, overdrafts, fees, you name it. Many of them are just incredibly irresponsible with money. It's insane.
I've decorated my house beautifully. I'm a wonderful cat mom to my 3 cats. Why can't I find a man? I'm attractive. It's like, because you've basically turned yourself into a man. You've accomplished all the things that a man is supposed to accomplish to attract a woman, and now you've priced yourself out of the dating market.
The sad part? Modern women usually realize this too late. They become more masculine than the men they actually want, and then wonder why no one wants to date them.
Can I be honest, y'all? I don't want a job. I don't even want a job. OMG. Please, somebody. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. Just give me the money.
The good news? After this rant, no company will want to hire someone so unhinged that they grab their own throat while complaining about work.
I remember growing up, I'm 44 years old. I remember growing up, and what's the songs that used to come out? The Lil Boosie, INDEPEN. And then what was the one, Beyonce, all the women is independent. Yeah, when them songs came on, who never got up was me. Who never got up? Because I ain't never been independent. I've always needed a man. I need help with all of my bills, my car issues, maintenance, hair. I need help with all of it.
There's nothing wrong with a woman saying she wants a man. The problem is when she only cares about him paying for her car or nails. Men aren't walking ATMs, and we don't deserve to be treated like that.
People used to say back in the day, because I've been married now for a very long time, and they used to say, you know, I always knew you would get married, John. Me too. I always knew I was going to get married too. I don't know what these new women, I don't know what their issue is. They don't want to look good, and the ones that do look good, they think they're so fine that they think beauty is going to last forever. Baby, it don't. Everything goes south. Okay? Everything that was up comes down.
What's crazy is how many modern women think they'll just get more attractive as they get older. When that doesn't happen, they blame society instead of looking at their bad attitude toward men.
Why are black women the least married? One of the reasons is selfishness. They are taught from a young age all of the things that a man is not capable of doing before they even know what a man is. They are taught they'll cheat, they lie, all of these things. They're taught a list of bad behaviors from the experiences of the women who dealt with these men. And then when that woman is past 30 and don't got no man and don't got no prospects, then those same people who were encouraging her to be single and not waste her time and focus are the same ones like, you ain't never gonna have no kids.
It's wild how modern women are celebrated for being irresponsible. They do whatever they want, party, cheat with guys who don't care, and then hurt the men who actually do. No wonder things are such a mess.
You ain't gonna get married. While you're growing into the woman that you're gonna be, it's best to be growing with a man. When you just been out there focusing on you got your own house, your own apartment, your own car, your own this, your own that, you become selfish. Oh, well, I just have OCD. No, you're just neurotic. You just got nagging syndrome because you've been so selfish and so moving at your own pace and only doing what you want to do that now to incorporate somebody else into that lifestyle,
It's funny how some women spend their youth being selfish and arrogant. Then, when they get older and men lose interest, their plan is to double down, become even more selfish, as if that's going to work.
What does your mom think of your comedy?
Oh, she's like, just because you're ugly doesn't mean you're funny. You know, not ugly people are funny. I said, Mama, I was not ugly. I was Miss China 2014. She goes, no, you're older. You're Miss Chinatown.
Damn. You Miss Chinatown.
She's so quick on the goddamn draw.
Oh, quick as like, yes. She said you Miss China to Miss Chinatown.
That woman's mom didn't hold back with her roasts. Honestly, maybe she's the one who should be on stage. She could probably draw way bigger crowds.
I've never once asked my wife what her plans are when she goes and hangs out with her friends. And it's not because I don't care. I don't, but that's not the reason. I've never asked my wife what her plans are because I know that her and her friends can't have enough fun to die. Like, I've I've seen my wife come home from her craziest night, her wildest night. She kicks in the apartment door. It was crazy!
If you're married and your wife keeps going out with her friends, coming home after midnight, drunk, and kicking down the door, you're in trouble. That's a woman who doesn't respect you or your marriage.
Megan fell! And I'm always falling. What do you mean she fell off a boat or something, like a bridge? Like, what do you mean she fell? She's like, no, it was crazy. Her heel broke and she fell. We walked home barefoot. It was crazy. I'm like, that's crazy? Your massive brontosaurus of a friend Megan's heel broke? That's crazy? The laws of physics are crazy to you? When Megan fee-fi full-fumped into our apartment, I looked at those heels. I said, they better be made of Wolverine claws, those heels. Or they're turning into dust tonight. That's what's happening. I don't even think they thought she was barefoot. I think they thought she was wearing Uggs. I honestly believe that. And don't think I'm being mean to Megan. I know Megan since I was a kid. I literally saw Megan and her family stampede Mufasa.
Women's shoes weren't made for practicality. So it's pretty silly when they wear heels all night at the club thinking it's smart. Most of the time they end up walking home barefoot.
Yeah, somebody said I look like Marilyn Monroe after she ate Lizzo. What? Honestly, who cares? That's a hater, like who's bored with their life. Let me see what you look like. Yeah, why do you? He don't even have a picture on his thing. That's how you know they're like busted.
She's so insecure that the moment someone criticizes her looks, she throws out the most basic, uninspired insults just to feel better. And clearly, it didn't work.
Your last heartbreak, was it your fault or theirs?
It was totally my fault. I developed feelings for someone else while I was dating someone, and I actually told my partner because we did have a really great, communicative, healthy relationship. I was like, listen, I don't know what's happening, but I have really strong feelings for my best friend. I think I started out trying to handle it really maturely, and then I realized that it was just a really situation.
Even when women are in good, healthy relationships with men, it often doesn't matter. If she thinks she can do better, she'll leave a solid relationship for a shot at something just so-called better.
There's just some things where even if you're trying to, protect the other person, life is a lot messier than we think, and I was super stressed out when that whole situation started to happen because I was like, oh no, like, I don't want to be like all these bad people that I see in my life. And then I kind of realized that these things happen and like, you can't really help a feeling. And sometimes things just aren't meant to be.
Even when she admits she was the one who ended things, she still dodges responsibility, saying it wasn't her fault she had feelings for another man. She could have controlled her actions. She just didn't want to.
40 years of marriage.
No man is going to see a 50-year-old divorced woman dancing in a sports bra and think she's someone to take seriously. She's basically a spoiled child in a 50-year-old's body. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Drop your thoughts and comments below. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.